Hi, I'm Jess, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for finding me. So you may have seen an episode recently I did where I was trying to find the perfect dress for a special night out. Well, the night has finally arrived, so not only do I want to show you which dress I actually went for, but I thought it'd be fun to show you how I do my makeup for the evening if I'm going out. So I've got no makeup on, as you can see, which is slightly daunting, and this is actually day-old hair. I've mentioned a couple of times in my videos that I much prefer what my hair does the second day after curling it rather than washing it on the day of something special to go to. But first, let me do my makeup and show you how I do it. So first up, I've been using this on a daily basis. It's the St. Moritz Gradual Golden Glow Tanning Moisturizer. It's just a bit of a glow and it leaves your skin looking quite even. So I've got into the habit of using that and I could highly recommend it. Now my skin is actually looking pretty awful at the minute. I probably should have waited to do this episode until my skin was a bit better. Those of you that have followed me for a while will know that I had an operation last month. Essentially, a lot of the side effects of that came out of my skin. So I've ended up getting quite a collection of lovely spots on my forehead, which is not nice. So it's a real pain, but I'm having to use more makeup than I normally would just to try and cover it up. Right, I'm going to use the back of my hand with my foundation. I've got this in the shade Vanilla and it's called Future Skin. It is my absolute favorite foundation because it makes your skin very dewy, very glowy. It gives a nice coverage, but it's not too overpowering. You don't feel caked in it, which is why I like it. So although we've got a few spots we need to cover over, I don't want to look like a painted doll. So nice and light and dewy is my favorite. So we've had our house on the market for ages now, about a year or something. We bought this house and it's been lovely, but we've got to the stage now where I think we just wanted a fresh start. A lot's happened in the last year or two, and I think we need that. Right, so anyway, that is foundation. Right, now we need to cover up some of these beautiful spots. So my best spot cover up is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I've got that in Ginger. I'm putting this on the darkest section of my eyes here, and on every spot I can see. Definitely this one needs a little bit of help. So yes, so we found a house literally about half a mile from here. It's beautiful and I'm really excited to start doing lots of interior shopping, and I've been getting a bit of a mood board together at the moment of the kind of style I want to do. So I've been getting loads of ideas together from Pinterest. Instagram is always great for stuff like that. I've seen quite a bit of furniture I like on the Conran shop. Don't know whether I can afford it, but I like it. And made.com I really like as well. I've seen a sofa I love from sofa.com. So yes, it's very exciting and something definitely to look forward to. So I will take you along and show you all the things that we do with it. So I'm just patting the NARS into place, taking a little bit over the tops of your eyes where you get a little bit dark sometimes, and then every single spot I can find. Okay, so now some Touche Eclat, which I use just to highlight a little bit up here, maybe under the arch of my brow. I'm just going to say, for disclaimer purposes, I'm not a makeup artist. I have no intention of becoming a makeup artist or doing loads of makeup videos on my channel. Just want to show you how I'm going to do my makeup for this evening. Okay, so I've just taken that on the outside sections, so under the brow there. So I'm going to add this as well, just to this little dark section there, and just highlight that there, above my lip, and a tiny bit there. Excuse the state of my hands, by the way. My eczema at the moment is terrible. If anyone has found something that really works on eczema, I will happily try anything on it. I mean, I've had this for 40 years now, and in 40 years I don't think I've ever found the perfect cream for it, really. This stuff I use, almost out of this, I need to get some more. The Kiehl's Creme de Corps. That's probably the only moisturiser as such I can use that doesn't drive my skin potty. So that helps for moisturising it, but it doesn't take away the itch or the irritation. Okay, so onto powder. Just gonna go really light with it. Don't want to go overboard, so just a touch, mostly on the T section. I'm going to do a little bit of NARS Laguna, just to give myself a little bit of colour on my cheeks. I tend to brush it off all the time, because if you go straight from the powder to your face, it ends up like a big stripe bronze, which isn't so good. So yeah, it took me forever to recover from the operation. I'd had a blood test come back for CA125, which, if you don't know, is a tumour marker. And it was a week after my mum's funeral. I popped to the doctors, and the doctor, probably very unethically, said, "Oh, well, you have a positive test here for ovarian cancer." I was like, what? What are you talking about? And long story short, the doctors had done a blood test back in the August. It'd come back raised. They forgot to tell me, and we'd got to January and there was this blood test result on the computer. First of all, that test is not always indicative of ovarian cancer. So he was really, really naughty for saying that. Obviously, in that moment, I completely freaked out. I was so panicked and terrified. I was hysterical, in actual fact, because all I could think about was my boys. You know, it went on for a couple of months before I found out what it was. So eventually they did, you know, an exploratory surgery, and they found some endometriosis, which is fine. They just lasered that away, and they found that I'd got something called adenomyosis, which just makes, you know, you have a lot of pain from it, etc. And the only way to completely fix that is to have a hysterectomy, which, you know, I've got my babies. I am not going to have any more children. So yeah, I might end up having that surgery. But yeah, so it was totally benign. It was nothing to worry about. But for those 3 months, I was absolutely beside myself with panic. And after mum, obviously, it was so stressful and I was terrified. So anyway, I feel now like a new woman. I feel so much calmer and relaxed, and like this humongous weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I can't tell you the joy and the happiness I feel right now, that it is nothing to worry about. Anyway, right, so Deco Scarlet, I am using lots of their colours still because I really like them. So I'm going to use their blush tone, which is called Lovesick, just for this apple section here, to make it look like I've been for a little run when I haven't been anywhere. Okay, so just smile and fluff it in the apples of your cheeks. So what I'm going to do for my evening makeup this evening is do a bit of a smoky eye, so a lot darker than I would normally go if it was daytime. I have got this Old Faithful Rimmel eyeshadow palette that isn't flash whatsoever, but the colours are so nice, and again, it's not broke, so I'm not going to try and fix it. It's the 001 Nude Edition. So I always do a bit of the lightest colour first, all over the base of my eyelid. Okay, so I'm going to go back to Deco Scarlet because I really love the starry-eyed tone as the first brown that I put on when I'm doing a smoky brown. So I tend to start with the lightest brown I've got and then slowly gravitate up to the darkest brown I've got. I'm sure there's a more technical, professional way to do this, but this is probably the cheapest. Get a cotton bud, fold it in half, and I'm just going to hold that under my eye to do my eyeshadow so all the drips of brown don't fall down. Then I will slowly work my way up using all the nice brown tones here and just building and building and building all those layers on my eyes to slowly get to the perfect shade of smoky eye that I want. Okay, so I'm going to go slightly dark now and use this matte brown that's down the far end and just blend a bit of that in. We've got a holiday soon, and goodness, I searched and searched and searched for the perfect holiday. Before children, it's all about, you know, what does the resort look like and where can we go out? Is there enough bars to go to? And, you know, your criteria is quite different. And when you've got kids, you kind of think, how entertained will my children be? Is there lots for them to do? Will they make other friends? So I found this resort, and it's from a collection of hotels called Grec Hotel, which looks beautiful. And more importantly for us, it's super kitted out for children. I mean, literally, there is actually far more for the children than there is for the adults. And loads we can do together as well. There's a tennis court, loads of water sports activities and things. So I'm so looking forward to it. So I'm going to use a bit of the bronzed tone from the Deco Scarlet palette. It's a beautiful colour. I'm just putting the darkest section on the L and then just feathering it in as well. So with all those different tones that I've used, all the different browns that I've used, it all kind of blends together and just gives it a really lovely smoky glow. To finish up on my eyeshadow, I'm going to go for the bronze again, but this time I've just dipped it in some water and I'm going to put it to the lower lash line. Like a bit of an eyeliner, but because it's eyeshadow, it's a bit softer. Next, I'm going to use the highlighter stick. The tone I have is called Frozen Rose, and I'm just going to do a little bit under my eyebrows and then just a tiny, tiny bit to highlight my cheekbone here. I'm going to add some mascara. My eyelashes have got a mind all of their own. They're getting out of control at the minute. Like I said before, I trimmed them when I was a teenager. They really, really need trimming at the moment, but I daren't do it in case, you know, I'm too old for them to grow back. So as I've got quite a statement smoky eye, I'm going to keep my lips really natural. So I think any kind of red lipstick or anything a bit darker just looks too much together. So I'm going to go really nude on my lips just to balance it out. So again, I'll go back to this well-worn palette and I'm just going to use Smooch because it's a really nice nude tone. And that's it. My makeup is done. This is the problem of using a headband. It does very crazy things to my fringe. Right, let me sort my hair out and I'm going to show you what I'm going to wear. So this is the complete look. In the end, I went for the knee-length black fitted dress. It fits like a glove. I absolutely love it. It was really hard to choose actually because I did love all the dresses, and I do think Karen Millen particularly make beautiful dresses, really good quality. But in the end, I went for this one because I thought it was perfect for this event. It feels a little bit sexy, but in a really understated kind of way. I love the fabric, and I thought I would get the most use out of this one. It's so hard actually because I would wear all of the dresses that I showed you before, but this one I can imagine wearing for dinner parties and events through the winter as much as the summer. So I was trying to be careful just choosing one dress, and I think this is the one. So let me show you my makeup so you can see the final results. So as you can see, it's still really, really subtle. It still feels very much like me. I've not gone too overboard, but with that smoky eye, it definitely feels like I've made an effort for the evening. So that's it. I am ready. My hair's done, makeup's done, got the perfect dress. Do you like the makeup? Are you glad I went for this dress? Love to know your thoughts in the comments section. And if you're not already subscribed, it would be lovely if you could do that too. Don't forget to find me over on Instagram at Fashion and Style Edit. Right, I better go do my nails and get out the door. See you later.